Hi, Trin. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Good. So I know you just came back from Vokes. How was
Yes.
that?
Folks is all right. I went to a nursing home.
Okay.
I can't really do much because we haven't done a lot of stuff in class
Mhm.
via the lab, but I was helping dressing patients, washing them.
Okay. And that's very good. And this is for your ultimate goal you said before is for nursing, correct?
Yeah, I want to become a senior trauma nurse. I want to work in a trauma unit with all
Wow.
the blood and guts and I don't get startled easily.
That's really
And
good.
my ADHD would help me keep up with the quick pace. So
Okay. Yes.
use it to my advantage.
Okay. And how is your ADHD since you mentioned that? Has it been okay this semester so far?
Yeah, I tend to. I have a good relationship with my ADHD.
Okay.
I control it with coffee, if that makes sense. The
Mhm.
caffeine.
The caffeine.
But I use it more as a motivator. The
That's really
hyper
good.
focusing, can limit it to things that I need. So
Okay. Well, that's good. So you're using it as a positive,
yeah.
helping you to focus and guide yourself in terms of your plans and goals for your future.
hmm
That's really good. Okay. And then at this point, any concerns with the Vokes? Everything, the classes, the teachers, everything is good?
Everything's doing all right.
Okay.
I mean, we had a little mess up with the scheduling and stuff, so
Mhm.
I'm missing some classes for clinicals, but I
I
get
see.
to make those up.
Okay,
so.
that's good. So at least that won't be an issue.
Mhm.
They're going to address it and move that forward.
Mhm.
Okay. And how's everything here in Lacey's high school?
Other than the usual typical teenage drama, it's been
Yeah.
really good. My teachers this year I've met previously via clubs or have
Mhm.
had them already,
Okay.
and I just moved up a level staying with the teacher.
Oh, good.
So I have a really good relationship with them. I've been
Okay.
doing pretty good with my work so far. So
Good. So everything's up to snuff.
oh yeah.
That's good. How's everything at home going?
Home is okay.
Okay.
My sister just recently lost one of her best friends.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's alright. I mean, I didn't know him well,
Okay.
unfortunately, so
Mhm.
I'm kind of trying to help her from the outside.
No, that's good.
But other than that, everything at home's been doing all right.
That's good. Okay. Any concerns or issues? Anything you want to address? Anything on your mind?
I mean, I was in a abusive relationship
Okay.
for 2 years, 7 months, and 13 days.
Okay.
And I blindsided myself thinking that it was him caring about me when really he was isolating me, and
I
he
see.
took me away from a lot of people that I thought cared about me.
Yes.
And in the end, I found out who my real friends were. I found out who really cared about me, and unfortunately, he's tried contacting me again recently,
Yes.
and I'm not exactly happy about that.
Okay. And what precipitated the abuse? Did anything specifically happen, or other
Um,
than just him isolating you?
It wasn't physical abuse.
Okay,
It
well,
was
that's good.
emotional and mental abuse.
Okay.
I do have anxiety disorder,
Okay.
and I don't know how else to say it other than I'm a really easy pushover.
Okay.
And he told me that he cared about me, so I figured whatever he was saying must have been true, must have been because he wanted to help me, when in fact it wasn't. And a lot of people did tell me that it wasn't going right, and I ignored them because he must love me. They're wrong.
Yeah.
He kisses me and tells me that I'm a good person, so he must love me. But now that I'm outside of the situation, I look back on it, I realize how much he was holding me back, how much he was insulting me, and only making my anxiety worse.
Correct.
So now I'm trying to move on from that. I can't say that I've moved on from the hurt yet,
Of course, it takes time.
but I am in a much slower moving, much more healthy relationship right now.
Good.
Um, again, things are going slow because they understand that I was in a bad situation, and from the looks of it, that they do care about me. So
That's good.
we're going very slow, but that's all right. We're only
But it's at
seniors.
your pace.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and it's very sad and unfortunate that you endured that emotional abuse, and it is really brave of you and, and a lot of self-awareness, clearly, that you're able to look at the situation and you're learning from it.
What I've decided is that I've taken it with a grain of salt as much as I regret some things and wish it didn't happen. I'm
Yes.
glad now that I know what I know. I know what to
Exactly.
look for in other individuals, and I know who my friends are and who I can go to and really trust when I'm in another time that I need help.
Good. And then again, that's very brave of you. And self-awareness is really big.
Something I gotta work on.
No, but you're doing it and you're on that path. Like I said, if you ask yourself these, could I see this years ago? You couldn't, but now you can. So there is growth, and you should definitely give yourself credit for that, and that you're learning how you want to conduct yourself and who you want to be with and how you want to be with on your terms. So that is definitely, I think, a step in the right direction. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, it's you turned a negative into a positive.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome, and I'm glad that you're acknowledging that in this new relationship, you're taking it slow and ensuring that what you're getting from it is what you want.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna, tolerate any negative behaviors or any type of abuse. Right?
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, have you taken any steps to block this individual?
On any social media sites that I have, he is blocked.
Good.
I don't have a lot. I missed one.
Okay.
So he did try to contact me through there, but
Okay.
I screenshotted it, and I'm hoping to pursue that,
Okay.
what he said later on, with people who can actually take care of things,
Okay.
like his school, because he moved.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Is he in this school? So
No,
no.
He
Okay.
moved. He was in this school.
Okay.
But no, he moved over the summer, and yeah, I've blocked him on social media.
Good.
He does go to my vocational school, which is where I'm afraid of him approaching me. But his classroom, I believe, is not on my side of the school,
Oh, that's good.
so we really only get to see each other in the mornings when we're waiting to get into the building.
I see.
And lately, we haven't crossed paths. So I'm hoping it stays that way. And I've made arrangements with a couple of people that I walk into school with, that if they happen to see him, to kind of like pull me in the other direction.
Good.
So
Good. Is Vokes aware of the situation? At least, like, if you needed alert, like security, just so that you feel comfortable and you don't feel unsafe.
no,
Okay.
but I will definitely talk to them about it. I didn't realize that was something I could do.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt. I mean, because, your safety is what you're fearing for at this point, or you don't want to run into him since he has reached out, and you do not want that, and that's understandable. So something to consider. Maybe talking to them and just having an extra pair of eyes on you.
Because at this point, I don't want him to get in trouble. I just kind of want to be past the situation. I really don't.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how else to say it, but like, I'm over it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want the drama. I don't want anything more. I just want to, he can go on his life with whomever he wants to, and it's not my issue anymore.
Yeah. No, I understand. You want to close that chapter. You want to move on. You want to just focus on your future. So hopefully putting these extra, additions of safety and some type of plan in place will hopefully ensure that for you so that you can properly move on and heal.
Thank you.
No, absolutely. And obviously, we're here to help you. Miss Winkle's here to help you. So you're not alone in this journey, if you have any thoughts and feelings in regards to that. So is there anything else, pressing that you want to address today, or you feel that was the main issue?
That was basically the main issue.
Okay.
Thankfully, I haven't really had a lot of issues.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Senior year so far has been pretty nice.
That's really good to hear. So it sounds like definitely there has been growth over the past year. The past school years, you yourself are more aware of, like you just indicated, your anxiety disorder, your ADHD, and knowing how to properly navigate any feelings that it may come from that. Are you following up outside with any therapy or counseling?
I was. I happened to have an issue with my
Okay.
psychiatrist where
Okay.
she was sharing with the school information that they didn't need to know, that I did not give her permission to share.
I see.
So, and like, it was information, and this is, like, I wouldn't have minded if she had asked,
Okay.
but like the fact that she didn't ask and just kind of openly gave out the information, and like, it wasn't something critical that they needed to know.
Yes.
It wasn't one of those critical situations, it was just loose information. So I'm no longer seeing her anymore,
Okay.
but I am getting in touch with through my doctor with another one to see.
To follow up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And it is needed, the follow-up, and that's unfortunate that, there was essentially a breach of confidentiality and she didn't go through the proper channels with you on that. So hopefully, knowing that you had that experience and encounter, when you have your new therapist, you can just kind of relate to them. This is how I want us to communicate. This is what I would like to take place, and to avoid this situation taking place again.
Sometimes I forget I'm 17, like I have the ability to talk with them like an adult.
Absolutely.
So I've been going to therapy since I was very young.
Okay.
So sometimes I forget
Mm-hmm.
because like I'm so used to like being like that little girl in the chair.
Yeah. Like you said, you've been going early on for the anxiety and ADHD. Is that what brought you to counseling early on?
Originally, it was chronic depression.
Okay.
That runs in my family, and I happen to have lost my grandfather at a very young age.
I'm sorry.
And I haven't gotten over, I am now, but like back then I hadn't gotten over it yet.
Yes.
And it was years, and I was still not doing okay. So they
Okay.
brought me to counseling, and then they discovered I had anxiety and
I see.
ADHD. So
Okay.
it's just kind of like a touch and go thing. Just checking up on me, making sure I'm okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So that's why you got into it so early on. Okay. I understand. So yeah, you've definitely endured a lot. But like you said, you are able to speak on your own behalf. You're not that little girl anymore. And you are becoming your own advocate, whether you realize it or not. You're becoming more self-aware, and you're speaking up on yourself. And that also builds confidence and self-esteem. So you continue on that path.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Because I can definitely see it in you, And you see, you're smiling, you're laughing. I think that's great. And you have to trust in yourself. Listen to yourself and constantly know that, if you don't feel this is right, talk about it. Because how do you know it's going to change? How do you know it's going to make a difference? If you keep it in, does that help you?
Not really. No.
Exactly. So these are things that, moving forward, we can work on, we can talk about, you can kind of see how that process is going.
Okay.
Right? That's really good. So I'm really proud of you on the progress that you've been making.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. So, I think at this time, we've spoken about a lot in this time that we've been here together. We've talked about your vocational in class here in Lacey, and the progress seems to be going well. Yeah. We've talked about a past relationship and kind of what you've learned from it and where you want to move forward with that situation, and that you want to essentially close it.
Yes.
And heal, and that your current relationship is going to be slow and steady, but it seems to be going in the right direction.
Yes.
And then we actually spoke about, your history in counseling, the chronic depression and with your grandfather. And like you said, you feel that you've come to handle and deal with that better. Okay. And then at this point, you are also managing your ADHD and your anxiety disorder, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that moving forward, you're going to be getting another outside therapist to just continue with maintenance. Okay, so I think that pretty much sums up everything that we discussed. Is there anything I left out? Any issues or concerns you want to relay?
No, not really.
Okay, do you feel like this is a great place to end for today?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, I do appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful day and continue up with the good work.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.